अगर आप निराश हैं, आपका मन उदास है और जीवन में सब कुछ लगता टाइम पास है, then मेरे दोस्त अभी भी एक आस है. Wow, jokes apart. But if you are really feeling that boredom in your life and it just feels like you are merely existing and barely living, then I have a good news for you. I invite you for an adventure, or better call it a challenge that will break free from this monotony and build an unshakable discipline and pride. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monk Mode. Now, before we dive into what is monk mode and how to do it, we should ask ourselves why to do it at all, what it is going to promise us. And the answer is very simple. It is going to give us something that right now we need the most, but at the very same place we lack it the most as well, and that is confidence. Imagine yourself or recall when you have this moment with yourselves, when we were dived into our fantasies of that future self, the personality that we fantasize, the way of living, lifestyle, everything seems so beautiful, right? But I hope that we all of us acknowledge the fact that to get at that point, we need confidence. We need confidence to make such bold decisions and to ultimately take charge of our lives. But almost all of us right now are caught up in a cycle of endless distractions. See it everywhere. Every single day we are getting dominated by bad habits. And we don't even try to even change ourselves because again we are getting up, we are falling down. We are getting up, we are falling down. And that's why it is making us believe that we don't have a reason to. We don't have that purpose. And this monk mode, my friend, is that purpose. It is that roller coaster ride that will challenge us, break us, but ultimately build us. And to be honest, I have done that before as well. I have done monk mode for 23 days. And being very honest, it is going to be hard, it is going to be uncomfortable, but at the end of this, we are going to taste what we have craved for. And that is confidence, peace, and every single day before you go to sleep, that satisfaction of living a meaningful life. That is what you are going to get from this monk mode. Monk mode is simple, but still not easy. What we have to do is we have to focus on two things. The first thing is we have to set non-negotiables. Now, non-negotiables are those tasks, it is a list of 4 to 5 tasks that we have to do every single day, no matter what. Alright, like for me personally, for this monk mode, my list goes something like every single day 30 minutes of workout, 3 to 4 emails, outreach messages per day, hydrating myself, 1 hour for my YouTube content creation journey, and at least 2 to 3 hours for my university exams subjects because I'm having my exams. You could customize your list on the basis of what matters to you the most. Second thing is we have to minimize our exposure to energy draining habits. See, as the name suggests, these are the habits that totally drain out our energy while leaving us feeling empty. Things like excessive scrolling, gaming, oversleeping, gossiping, eating junk and sugar. These are the habits. Now, we know that we can't eliminate them completely, but what we have to focus on is that we have to minimize them to a level that it still feels like a challenge to us. There are two suggestions that I would like to give you that would help us in this journey. The first one is whenever we feel that urge to indulge in these habits, rather than directly getting into that, we should try to observe it and better write it in a journal. It would help a lot. The second thing is let's say, and it was happening to me a lot of time, and what is happening is that let's say you have 4 tasks, okay, and you started to do it. Now you completed 2 of those tasks and you started to feel so much good, you started to feel so much accomplished, and so that you started to reward yourself with those distractions that you were trying to get away from the very first place. Like you did the first 2 tasks and you rewarded yourself with junk, you rewarded yourself with excessive scrolling, and that was the thing that we were avoiding to do, and at the end you ended up doing the same thing, and at the end of the day you would feel miserable and totally full of regrets. And I was at the very same place until one day my mentor gave me a suggestion, and that helped me a lot. What you have to do is, instead of focusing all your hard or easy tasks in the very first row, we should try to alternate it. For example, let's say you have 4 tasks, 2 of them are easy, 2 of them are hard. Do it alternately. easy, hard, easy, hard, or hard, easy. This way you could maintain that pressure by the end of the task, and you don't feel so much accomplished. You will feel that, yeah, I have to still do a lots of work. Okay, and at the end you could reward yourself. But remember, reward yourself with something that eases you, that relaxes you, instead of something that stresses you or distracts you. Okay, something like listening to music, journaling. Not reward yourself with useless things that at the end of the place it's just making you more miserable. Okay, like people do monk mode for a couple of months, but for us, let's start with 30 days. And even if it still feels too much for you, at least do it for 70 days. But whatever you choose, just be consistent with it. All right, now your first task starts right now. Within the next 12 hours, you have to do two things. The first one is you have to set your non-negotiables according to what matters to you the most. And the second one is, if you are ready for this challenge, you have to comment down below, I am up for this challenge. And whenever your monk mode period gets over, whether it's 17 days or 30 days, you have to come back, reply to yourself, whatever you have felt, whatever your realizations you have had, or the experience, so that we all could relate and help each other. Now, before we wrap up, I want you to make a promise, not to me, but to yourself, that every single day for the 17 days or the next 30 days, we are going to try our best to spend quality time with each other. We are trying to observe this environment. Do not, please, I insist you, do not try to do this monk mode for formality, for just passing days. Do not do something like this. Give your best, live with intention. Do not let yourself drown in those destructive habits. We are here to build ourselves. This is going to be our adventure, this is going to be our challenge, and at the end of this, we are going to take charge of our lives. And as I told you, it would be worth doing. So ladies and gentlemen, all the best to us.